What's up, YouTube friends? So Thanksgiving is very quickly approaching and I need some hostess gifts. So today we're going to make some jumbo hot pads. These are super easy, no binding required, and you can whip a few of these up in just an afternoon. The things you're going to need to make one of these jumbo size hot pads are 2 pieces of fabric, cotton fabric, that measures 13 by 18, 2 pieces of cotton batting that measures 13 by 18, and 1 piece of Insulbright that measures 13 by 18. And I just got this at Walmart. So now we just need to layer our hot pads all together. So I have 1 piece of my batting. I'm going to lay it on top of that 1 piece of my cotton fabric with the print side facing up. I'm going to take my second piece of fabric. I'm going to lay it on top with the print facing down. Then I'm just going to layer my final piece of batting right on top of that. And finally, our piece of Insulbright. On one of my sides, I'm going to leave about 3-inch opening for turning. Then I'm just going to throw in a couple extra pins just so nothing moves. Now I'm just going to take this over to my sewing machine. Here are my start and stop points. I'm going to sew all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, like a fat 1/4 inch seam allowance, maybe a scant 1/2 inch, just to make sure I catch all these layers. So we'll see you at the sewing machine. So this is a whole lot of fabric, so I'm going to swap out my regular foot with a walking foot. So I'm going to bump up my stitch length to a 3, even a 3.5 if needed. I'm just going to run the edge of my fabric with the edge of my presser foot and back stitch. So I'm at a 3 right now. I'm going to bump it up to 3.5. This is a whole lot of fabric here. When I get about a 1/4 inch away from my corner, I'm going to stop with my needle down, raise my presser foot, and spin. Next, I'm just going to come around to the corners and clip any of the extra, but don't go through your threads. And then we just want to turn this right side out, so you just want to find your 2 fabric pieces. And then just carefully get all of this through that little hole. Then with my bone folder, I'm going to carefully poke out my corners. Now I'm just going to take this over to my ironing board and give it a good press, especially right here around the opening. So I just stuck a little clip or a pin on my opening, and now I'm just going to take this back over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to top stitch it, back stitching at the beginning and the end, and I'm just going to top stitch all the way around. So this time I'm going to move my needle to the right. I'm still just going to run my fabric with the edge of my presser foot. and backstitch. And then just keep sewing. And just like before, I'm going to stop with my needle down when I hit that corner, raise my presser foot and spin. Now you could stop right here and be finished, but I'm going to add another set of quilting in the center here. So I'm just going to take my friction pin and I'm going to draw a line corner to corner. So then for my center point, I'm just going to measure over 2.5 inches on either side. I'm then just going to connect my 2.5 inch line with my X here. I don't know how well it's showing up. And then I'm just going to connect my sidelines here to make a rectangle. And don't worry about all these lines. All of this will disappear once I hit it with the hot iron. So now I'm just going to take this back over to my sewing machine and I'm just going to sew directly on that rectangle. You could add 2 more rectangles if you want to. You could just quilt it in an X, any way that you want. So I move my needle back to the center position and backstitch. So now I just need to hit this with the hot iron to get rid of all my marks. That fast and easy, our jumbo hot pad is finished. So as I mentioned, I'm going to use these as hostess gifts. So I made some tags on my Cricut design space. It just says thankful for you and then jumbo hot pad. So I'm just going to make a hole here. I'm going to grab some of my kitchen twine. I'm going to double my twine in half. Wrap it through my little tag, and then I'm just going to roll this up. And then just tie on my little tag. Just like that. Now, wouldn't you love to get one of these for Thanksgiving as a hostess gift? Well, that's it for this quick and easy project. I hope you give it a try. You could whip up a whole bunch of these in just one afternoon. And who doesn't need an extra hot pad or two during the holiday season? If you like this video and want to see more of my videos, go down below, hit that big red subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up. If you have a question about this video or any of my other videos, or would just like to leave a suggestion for a future upcoming video, leave me a comment. And as always, thanks for watching, happy holidays, and I'll see you next time.